tightened around Ryan's wrist and dragging her inside the bedroom. Taehyung, you are hurting me. Burning in anger, he didn't listen what she said and didn't even leave her hand until they were inside the bedroom. She massaged her wrist, then looked at her scary mafia husband who was shooting glares at her. Why the hell you did lie to me? She told him about going to her parents' house, but instead he found her enjoying in the nightclub with her friends. Taehyung, do you have any idea what could happen if I didn't reach at time? How can you be so irresponsible? He brushed his fingers through his hair to just control his anger, but it didn't seem to come. Taehyung, I'm sorry. Sorry. He looked at her in disbelief and held her arms, but not so roughly this time. Ryan, he was ready to harm you, knowing you are my strength and weakness too. What the hell I did with you? Sorry, if something could happen to you. He was angry at her for not informing him when his enemies were looking for a chance to harm her, but by God's grace she was alive just because of him. Taehyung, I have no idea that something would happen like this. Didn't I tell you to do not go outside without my permission or my guards? He yelled, but she jerked his hand roughly. Why the hell I need your permission, Taehyung? It's my life and I can take my own decisions. No one is stopping you, but I think you forgot your husband is not a normal person, but a mafia. Do you have any idea how dangerous for you to go outside normally and... I'm tired of this, Taehyung. I'm tired of living like a cage bird in your mansion, unlike my previous life. He felt like something broke inside his heart and looked at her furiously. This situation, this mansion is suffocating me now. If this is a cage for you, then let's get divorced. Ryan's eyes widened. She was angry out of the situation, but she didn't want to end the relationship like that. Taehyung? Last glancing at her, he walked away in rage, not listening to her, and tears immediately dropped from her eyes. I didn't mean it. It was already midnight, but there was no trace of Taehyung, and his phone was off too. Ryan was awake and waiting for her arranged husband with whom she tied into a skate bond 6 months ago. She was forced into this relationship by her father, but with time, she was falling for Taehyung. He wasn't that much expressive, but she knew he had feelings for her too. I'm sorry, Taehyung. Please come back. She realized what she just said when he was trying to protect her from any harm because he didn't want to lose her. Her eyes locked at the wall clock and it was indicating past 1. Getting up, she opened his wardrobe and took out one of his shirts. She hugged the shirt to feel his natural fragrance and lay on the bed as if she was with him. I know I shouldn't have said that to you. Now tears were falling from her eyes for hurting him and hugged the shirt tightly. I won't leave you. I can't even imagine it. Her cries turned into sobs just imagining her separation with him. Then the room door opened, revealing Taehyung. He saw how she was crying while hugging his shirt. Ryan? He took steps towards her and she looked back at him with teary eyes. Taehyung? She immediately hugged him tightly and he hugged her back while massaging her back to calm her. Where were you? I called you so many times, but you didn't answer. You have any idea how scared and worried I was? Shh, I was just outside to calm myself down. I didn't know what will happen if I stay with you. Both of them stayed like that for a moment, then scooted away, wiping her tears. She looked at him and initiated the conversation. Were you serious about that divorce thing? I just want you happy, even if it relies on our separate. He got startled when Ryan held his collar and pulled him closer. It isn't, Taehyung. I said everything out of frustration, but trust me, I can't think about my life without you anymore. She placed her hand under his ear and kissed his cheek with her thumb while their eyes glued to each other. Trust me, I won't repeat the same mistake again and go out with you or your guards. Are you sure? His arm surrounded her waist and he pulled her on his lap in a swift second. I'm damn sure because I want you in my life. A smile appeared on his face and he slid her hair behind her ear. And I didn't want to lose you too. I said those words in frustration, but deep inside, I never want this to happen in our life. I'm sorry for hurting you. I am at fault too, but now we should forget this and... He leaned in, making her nervous all of a sudden, and she avoided the eye contact with him as the innocence of his eyes were fading. Did you have dinner? She tried to divert the topic, but her husband had other plans, and he even pulled her closer. Only if you allow me. She looked at him surprised, and her breath sucked, feeling his rough thumb brushing against her lower lip. His eyes on her, then to her lips, and again on her eyes. Can I? One thing about him, he always asked before claiming, and liked every time she allowed him. Could you feel the spark? Yeah, something is different today. Today we connected by the heart. How about the soul?